I'm not sure how familiar you are with dating in today's age, but especially with online dating, how it works is you upload a few photos of yourself and then you fill out some information or questions about yourself, sort of like prompts, right? And so I was just wondering, I wanted to know a bit more about you as your interests and your hobbies, and I thought I'd frame them as these prompts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a phrase and then you fill in a blank. So my name is Michael Kirby and my most irrational fear is blank.
My most rational fear is nuclear destruction. My most irrational fear is that I'm thinking of going into the Rex Hotel and there will be all these people pretending that they're women when I want somebody who pretends and is a man. And so that's my really pressing fear.
And if that's what you want, it's what you want. Okay, number 2. My name is Michael Kirby, and this year I really want to blank.
No, I don't think I would like to say what I want.
Okay, moving on. My name is Michael Kirby, and I could talk on for hours about blank.
I can talk about the Bangalore principles on the domestic application of international human rights norms. But in a personal relationship, I can talk about Dr. Kinsey and me. I ended up serving on the board of the Kinsey Institute.
Yeah.
And I'm still an advisor to the International Kinsey Institute at Indiana University. So that was something that interested me. And it really, in a sense, helped to save my life because it taught me that this was not something peculiar or queer. This was something that was really rather not normal or certainly common.
It had that scientific backing to it, and that made you feel more assured, right?
Yeah, I suppose because Kinsey chose to interview people. He had a technique of interviewing, and he had, like you, he had a series of questions. And he would go through them, and he would interview this cross-section of university students and prisoners. And he would gather this information, and it showed that this was not a tiny little fragment of society. It was quite substantial.
Okay. All right. Good answer. Okay. Second last question. My name is Michael Kirby, and try and change my opinion on blank. Try and change my opinion on blank.
Well, that all I have to do is have a cold shower and think about a beautiful woman, and I will be able to perform. I won't, and I haven't, and I can't.
And I won't try and change your opinion on that one.
I think it wouldn't be fair to anybody, and most of all, it would be very embarrassing.
Okay, my name is Michael Kirby, and my biggest strength is...
I'm a loving man.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, rapid fire questions. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite cuisine?
French.
Oh, what dish and bit? Sorry, personal interest.
Bouillabaisse. French. See, I don't eat meat.
Okay.
No meat, no poultry. So you've got to have a selection. And my favorite French dish is bouillabaisse, which is a fish soup.
Okay.
And it's almost impossible to get it. In New York, virtually every corner has a French restaurant, and they all have bouillabaisse on the menu. But in Australia, no one has it, and that's ridiculous because Sydney is a big fish place.
It is.
But I've found there is a restaurant, one restaurant in Sydney.
Gatekeep it.
That has bouillabaisse. What's the name? No,
Okay.
I'm telling you. But you can look it up. Frankly, I don't remember it, but I've got it on the list of to-do.
Okay, okay.
And Johan who doesn't like fish. That's a little problem in the kitchen. He likes poultry
Yeah.
and he likes occasional red meat, which is horrible to me. So we compromise, and he has what he wants, and I have what I want. But he has had bouillabaisse, and he doesn't mind it. So we're both looking forward one day, someday, soon, never, going to the one restaurant in Sydney that serves it.
Okay. All right. Favorite dessert?
Well, I don't. I really shouldn't have a favourite. But what would I have?
Iced Vovos?
No. I think my favourite dessert would be ice cream. I like ice cream.
What flavour?
Vanilla.
Okay.
I'm a very vanilla person.
Thoughts on mint chocolate?
Oh, I love chocolate, and I love milk chocolate, though I believe dark chocolate's better for you.
What about mint chocolate?
Mint?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's just something they give you after dinner.
Yeah, it's like brushing your
You
teeth.
don't clean your teeth.
Yeah. All right. Go to karaoke song.
Tie me kangaroo down, click go the shears, and a whole series of songs from the musicals of my era, which include the beautiful songs from Sound of Music and the lovely songs from Oklahoma and all those songs of the musicals. My father never really took us on holiday. We had one holiday in Katoomba when I was a child, but we were not holiday people. We had to find the holidays in our minds and in our family relationships. But we did have records, and the records were full of the music of the musicals. And occasionally, as a special treat, my father would take my brothers, sister, my mother, and me to a musical at the Tivoli. The Tivoli was a theatre down in the Haymarket, and it was where they had musicals, and we were taken to those. When a new musical came, we were taken to it, and that was great. And he had recordings of the musicals. He had recordings of Noel Coward, who was an English music composer, and he had a wonderful song, Mad About the Boy.
I wouldn't know it.
If you were not going to laugh, I would sing about Mad
Stone-faced.
the boy. I know it's foolish to be mad about the boy. Noel Coward was gay, and he wrote songs which really were gay songs. And Mad About the Boy was an admission. I know it's wrong, it won't lead anywhere, but I must admit I'm mad about the boy. And that was just...
resonated with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was speaking to me, Noel Coward, but he also wrote songs for straight people, but he was a very good songster and had very evocative words.
Okay. Do you like ABBA?
Yeah.
Okay. Common interest. I like ABBA too. Great. Yes. Okay. Just quick final segment. I want to touch on, you had an admiration for James Dean, and he was part of your pop culture. And I'm wondering, throughout the years, how well you can keep up with culture. And so I want to show you some photos of celebrities throughout different times, and you just see if you can recognize them. So this is the first one. We'll start very easy.
That's James Dean.
That is indeed.
And
James
he's
Dean.
in the room with Jo Van Fleet, an actress, who was acting the part of his mother in East of Eden, and he's trying to make contact with his mother, although he was cut off from his mother for years, because I think she had become a sex worker, and the father was very religious, and so he had no contact with his mother, and he needed money for an enterprise his father was in, so he went and saw his mother. And she was a sex worker running a big brothel, which was very successful. He went into her bedroom, she was asleep, and he just sat there, and when she woke up, he started to engage with her, and she immediately called the guards. The guard came in, seized him, and dragged him out, and that is the fawn brown, creamy brown pullover, which I like and have tried to imitate, but it's I haven't been able to get the same colour.
I think we just witnessed a phenomenon where a judge gives an answer to the question, who is this person, and then proceeds to explain the whole cinematography. So I think that, first of all, exemplifies why you're a High Court judge. Second picture.
Well, that's the great J.S. Bach.
It is.
And I discovered Bach as I was telling them at the University of Western Australia law faculty last week. I went over to Perth, and I was in Perth in the midst of my loneliness in the National Conference of University Students, and I was pretty sorry for myself, actually. I was surrounded by beauty and talent and a lot of student politicians, but they were practicing in the Winthrop Hall, which is the big hall, the great hall of the University of Western Australia. They were practicing the St. John's Passion of J.S. Bach. And if you don't know Bach's music, the St. John Passion is the Passion of our Lord according to St. John, which is the St. John Gospel of the Christian Bible, and it tells the story of, and it's a very dramatic story of Jesus' arrest, his denunciation, his confrontation with the Roman leader in the district, and his trial and his sentence to death and his execution, which is what the Christian story is about. But J.S. Bach converts all that into the most wonderful music, the most powerful music, and the most melodious and glorious music. And I discovered that through student politics in the Winthrop Hall, sitting in the back, when really I wanted to discover the love of my life amongst the student politicians, and that wasn't going to happen. So,
but you discovered him.
I turned to J.S. Bach, which has its own wonderful satisfactions.
All right. We're going to move on slightly more modern now, but these are still very, very famous people. So, do you recognize her?
Is that Madonna?
That is not Madonna, but actually, no, I see the resemblance. She is sort of like the Madonna of our generation. Her name is...
Or is that the one who came out in favour of the Democrat candidate?
Yes, it is.
And so upset Mr. Trump.
Yes, it is. Do you know her name?
No, but I love her.
Okay, oh well. Taylor Swift. All right. Second last one. Who are these two gentlemen? Do you know?
No, I don't know that.
Okay, well, that doesn't matter because turn it around. Do you know those two gentlemen?
Yes.
Yes, who are they?
Oh, well, one's a very old fogey, and the other is a great movie producer of the future.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, I'll put it in later, but like we can.
This is Jason and myself. He trapped me at a conference,
I felt a bit sorry. Yeah.
and
I was like, Michael, do this, and then you were very kind and you did it.
I did that once with Matthew Mitchum, who I think is a very handsome man.
Okay, I'll take what I get.
Matthew Mitchum won the gold medal in high diving at the Beijing Olympics.
Okay.
And he is Australian.
Yeah.
And he is a glorious diver who is very open about his sexual orientation. And they think that's the first time sexual orientation has ever been mentioned, because when he won the gold medal, he paid a tribute to his partner, who is an Australian gay man. They have split up since. But he was open about it. That was a wonderful blow for honesty before an audience of 1 billion people.
Yeah. In Beijing as well, in 2008. That would have been very brave.
But that I did that with Matthew Mitchum.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can teach me about that later.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope it wasn't too much of a time waste for you, but I really enjoyed the conversation.
No, I think I failed. I would get an A plus for childhood and suffering, emergence, and the spirit to overcome, and truthfulness and love. I'd get a fail in the recognition of the pop culture of any time after 1950 or 60.
Well, you recognize Taylor Swift as a person who endorsed the Democratic candidate, so...
Yeah, but who is these two men?
Okay. Well, I don't know. There's a show that came out called Heated Rivalry, and it's about these two hockey players, and they are the actors, and it's very viral.
Well, I've heard about this.
Oh, have you?
This is the Canadian.
Yes, it is.
Yes. My host.
No way.
My host in Perth is a friend who I've known for years, who is Canadian, a Canadian lawyer.
Right.
And he told me about it and said, I must see this. What's the name of the show?
Heated Rivalry.
Hidden Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry, yes. So I've got it on my to-do list.
Oh.
But I have never seen it, and therefore, to be truthful, can I tell you truthfully?
Yes.
I don't watch dramas. My life has been too much drama.
Okay.
I've never had too much drama. It's always bombarding me. Everybody's stories, everybody's crises, everybody's problems. What Johan and I watch when we are sitting there at home alone at night is YouTube with the images of the planets. Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all of these wonderful planets, and they've not been photographed by human beings going up close, but by satellites like Voyager passing within a few kilometers. They swoop in. They're programmed to go past each of the planets, and they reveal what they're like. Mars is acceptable, but there's no oxygen, and it's bombarded by very dangerous rays. So it's very unlikely that human beings are going to land there. Mercury is a hellhole.
It is.
And other planets are dreadful.
So we have to save this one.
We've got to save this one.
Yeah.
And that's why if I were in charge of the world, I would invite, and then I would lock into a room Mr. Trump,
Yeah.
Mr. Xi,
Uh-huh.
and Mr. Putin,
Okay.
and make them watch the imagery of the planets and say, in comparison to these hellholes, we have a habitable and a beautiful planet. And we can now see our planet from outside, which no previous generation has been able to do. And we know enough about it to know we're not going to have time to get to the next planet. So all we have to do is make sure we're safe on this planet.
Protect this one.
But we'll take this planet because it's the only one on offer.
Yeah.
But that's what I think should be done. But instead, I go home, we watch the news, SBS News, and we hear of all the horrible things that are happening on our planet. This lovely blue planet in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the enormity of space and the infinity of time. And we're going in a direction that is extremely dangerous.
It is.
And
All right.
people should get over that and try and save the world.
Well, let's just say, if you could pretend that we have the 3 world leaders watching this video right now, 2 minutes, look into that camera and say a 30-second message to anyone who would want to hear your message.
The world is very dangerous. It's becoming more dangerous. The hopes of the United Nations after the Second World War have been dashed. And the position today is extremely perilous for human beings. Men, women, children, straight, gay, trans. It's a dangerous place. And you have the responsibility and the opportunity and the obligation to make the world safe for the future.